There's Paul Kariya when he played for the Mighty Ducks. You spelled his name earlier, Kariya, remember that? Hey there. You want it? Yeah, yeah.
We need it back.
Huh?
We need it back. Power play gold.
We do need power play gold. Rehire them.
They were showing the statistics for Paul Kariya and Teemu Selanne.
Can you keep on recording the screen? Are you ready, little boy, for your light? You don't want your light? Alright, I get my light on. My light right here. Justin, are you sure? Mommy, would you like, oh, you got your light on.
Where's your drink? Oh, okay. Don't knock over your drink. Oh, we need it back again.
What?
What, Mama? What?
That comment, Paul Kariya has scored shorthanded 16 times.
What's what?
When we're on the penalty, and we only have 4 guys to the other team's 5.
Look how young Teemu's there. See, Paul Kariya played for Team Canada. He won the gold medals in Olympics for Team Canada. Do you see that top right? It says gold in Sweden in 1993. That was juniors. Look at them, Laurie. You see the one with the bunny ears?
the Hockey Hall of Fame, two of the greatest players ever to put on the Ducks jersey. As you know, they were inducted last week together, which I think is symbolic because of what they mean to our community and because of what they have meant to the growth of hockey in Southern California and to the growth of the Anaheim Ducks franchise. Tonight, we are going to take a look back at their phenomenal careers, and in just a few minutes, we'll have an opportunity to speak to them both right at center ice. But for now, why don't we take a look at why we can now call these two great players Hall of Famers.
Already half a century old, entered the 1970s with just 14 teams in the league. While the 53-year-old league continued to build its brand and identity, two would-be hockey players were born 4,600 miles apart. Both would bring an identity to a hockey franchise that would not come into existence for another 20 years. The duo would be brought to Anaheim, and as history would show, there was instant chemistry.
I kind of feel like the first game we played, we had an understanding of what each other wanted to do on the ice, what positions we were going to be in, and he always joked that I could read his mind. When we were playing, I felt like I could.
You don't find very often the chemistry between two players like we had. It was magical so many nights, but we were working very hard about that. Obviously, we were thinking about the game the same way. After every shift, we came to bench. We tried to give the feedback.
Selanne will take over the lead at Kariya. One man back, they drive it on goal.
Coming into the Ducks organization as an expansion team, there wasn't a lot of offensively skilled players early on, and so I was kind of asked by Coach Ron Wilson to become more a shooter. And that was kind of in the transition when Teemu came to us my second year. And I learned, I mean, a ton of stuff just from watching him practice and play, you know, how to score, how to, you know, take a quick release, the positioning, the timing of scoring goals. I mean, he's naturally gifted, and I learned a lot from him just from being around him all the time and how to become a good goal scorer.
Playing with Paul, it was so easy. I think we learned the chemistry that we were one step ahead of the game.
Right in front of the net, Selanne scores!
When we hopped on the ice, I think one of the things that we both really enjoyed doing was playing the game at a fast tempo and a fast pace. And you know, a lot of guys can make plays when the game slowed down, but Teemu and I, you know, we like to make plays at a high tempo. So our big thing going over the boards was, you know, let's push the pace.
Obviously, the speed was our key. But same hand, I think we both were able to make the right decision at the right time. And I think, you know, we both saw the game so well that we had a chance to make those quick decisions on the ice.
Teemu obviously is known for his goal scoring. The numbers he put up in his career are ridiculous, but in my opinion, he's very underrated as a passer. I think he's as good, if not a better passer than he was a goal scorer.
Kariya shoots and scores! Teemu Selanne with his league-leading 43rd. Into Kariya, he shoots, he scores, and there it is! Point number 100 on the year.
We were never talking about points or goals. We just wanted to have fun and enjoy and compete and get better. I think we really tried to make sure that we stay hungry. That was our pleasure. But we got our satisfaction about that season, that we wanted to play well together.
In 2001, Selanne would head to San Jose, while Kariya would stay in Anaheim and captain the Ducks to their first Western Conference title in 2003. After playing a single season together in Colorado during the 03-04 season, Paul would go on to play with Nashville and St. Louis, where he would eventually retire in 2011. Teemu would eventually return to Anaheim, helping the club to its first ever Stanley Cup championship. He would go on to play 7 more seasons before retiring in 2014. In Southern California, their impact on the game of hockey cannot be overstated. Their influence on young hockey players throughout the Sun Belt, undeniable.
Paul Kariya was the first draft pick, and what he has done for the franchise and Orange County, it's really remarkable.
In my opinion, you know, Teemu in this area, I don't think you can get a better ambassador for the game of hockey. I don't think there's ever been a guy who's a bit more relatable in the public eye. He's just a terrific ambassador for the sport of hockey.
Although finishing their Hall of Fame careers on different teams, they will always be known as the dynamic duo to fans here.
That says a lot when you know, you go through not only all the great hockey players that have played, but all the great athletes. I mean, he's just unbelievable.
What a great memory. It's for sure the best player I've ever played with.
Stage and talk to them in person. Let's not waste any time. Let's bring them out right now. Our first Hall of Famer was drafted in 1988 by the Winnipeg Jets, 10th overall. 132 points in his rookie year, currently holds the record for most goals in a season by a rookie at 76 goals, and of course he was named Rookie of the Year, winning the Calder Memorial Trophy. He was traded to Anaheim in 1996, and he currently holds the Dutch records. Most career goals, 457. Most points in a season, 109. And the most career points at 988. An offensive powerhouse, he also holds team records for most goals in a season, most power play goals, most power play assists, most power play points, most shots, most games played, and the most game-winning goals. Recipient of the inaugural Maurice Rocket-Richard Trophy. Recipient of the Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy. A 10-time All-Star. Multiple Olympic medalist. Stanley Cup champion, and the first jersey retired by the Anaheim Ducks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the finish last, Teemu Selanne. Is an Olympic gold medalist, world champion gold medalist, world junior gold medalist, the first freshman to ever win the Hobie Baker Award as NCAA Player of the Year, the first player drafted by the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. He was the highest scoring winger in the NHL during his tenure in Anaheim. He was the highest scoring winger, I'll say that again, during his tenure in Anaheim. Nominated for the Calder Trophy in his rookie year. He recorded 50 goals in 1996, a two-time recipient of the Lady Byng Memorial Trophy. He currently holds the Ducks record for the most shorthanded goals, most shots in a season, most overtime goals in a season, highest plus-minus in a season. He captained and led the Ducks to the 2003 Stanley Cup Final, a five-time All-Star. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Kariya. Congratulations for your election into the Hockey Hall of Fame, and thank you for being here. A lot of us, by the way, enjoyed watching the induction ceremonies, and I thought you both did a fabulous job with your speeches. First question tonight, was there a moment that was either surprising or perhaps your favorite moment of the weekend in Toronto? And Paul, I'll start with you.
Well, the whole weekend was a dream come true. The whole weekend was a dream come true. It was obviously so great to spend it with Teemu, but not only Teemu, with his family and my family. We just had an incredible time. I think my favorite part of the weekend was getting one more chance to play with this guy on the ice. It was like 1996 again. We knew exactly where we were on the ice. The only problem is our legs and our hands didn't react to what our brains wanted to do, but we had a great time.
What about you, Teemu? Favorite moment from the weekend in Toronto?
Well, the whole weekend was unbelievable. And, you know, if somebody would told me when I was a little boy that I'm gonna get the Hall of Fame, it will be hard to believe. And not only going there, but going there with Paul, it was so special. And like Paul said, we got the chance to share that with our friends and families. And but the whole weekend, it was just so special, you know. And they did a great job to make us feel very, very, very special. So it was a dream come true.
I want to switch gears for a minute because I am told that you guys were roommates together, and that in order to avoid being harassed when you were on the road, that you actually adopted aliases when you checked into the team hotel. Paul, do you remember what your name was, your alias was?
I was Tony Montana. Scarface, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Makes perfect sense to me. And Teemu, your alias?
I was Theodore Flash. And you know what? I have a good story with that. You know, it was so much fun because we didn't get any extra phone calls when, but a couple times when we came back from the nightclub or somewhere like 2 o'clock in the morning and we lost the key. And we go to the lobby and we say, can we get the new key please? And they said, yeah, do you have ID? We're like, no, not really, because we are not checking in with our own names. So we have to call our PR guy to come down and prove that we are really the right persons. So it was a good idea until then.
You both have inspired a generation of kids to play the sport of hockey, especially here in Southern California. I'll start with you. What advice would you give to a young person who was looking to follow in your footsteps one day?
Well, obviously, just have fun. The fun is the key. When you have fun, you can work hard. It doesn't really feel like it's a hard work. Enjoy, go after your dreams, but enjoy.
How about you, Paul?
I was a very visual person, so as a young player, I enjoyed watching and studying Wayne Gretzky and Jari Kurri and all my idols, and I think that's a great way for young players to learn, is to watch all the great players here tonight and study how they play, and I think that's the best way to learn.
That is great advice. Both of you have, after your retirement from hockey, have found new athletic passions. I know, Paul, with you it's surfing. With Teemu, it's golf and tennis. But I'm curious, and I'll ask you this question first. Which of the two of you do you think is the more natural athlete?
What kind of question was that? Come on.
By far, Teemu is a much better athlete at everything. The first time we took him out surfing, he popped up on his first wave, rode a wave. He's an incredible athlete. Every sport he does is easy for him. It's hands down, Teemu's a better athlete.
Did you verify this?
But I'm a better driver.
He's a better driver.
We don't go that far. I have a couple of good stories.
Final questions for each of you, and we'll start first with you, Paul. When you look back at your career, what is the most memorable part of that career?
Well, there are so many memorable moments, for myself, my NHL career. The finals run we had in 02-03 was unbelievable. I'm so proud coming from an expansion team to have my last game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, even though we didn't quite get there. It was a very proud moment, but I just want to say, tonight is a celebration, but really it's a thank you from Teemu and I to all of you for supporting us throughout our entire careers. And it's a thank you for all the fans for supporting this organization for over 20 years. The greatest fans in the world. Teemu and I are so lucky to live here now. This is our home, and you've embraced us from day one, and we are so thankful for you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know what? Like Paul said, we have been very lucky to live in the place. It's warm, great people, great organization, and fans. You guys have made such a huge fun and enjoyment for my career. And like I said, this is a happy place for me, and so thankful for everything.
Now we have something very special for the both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome owners Henry and Susan Samueli. Henry and Susan are here to present Paul and Teemu with a gold puck commemorating their induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Each puck features an etching of the Hall of Fame logo and a message on the back congratulating them on this great achievement.
Teemu and Paul, I can't tell you how proud Susan and I and the entire Anaheim Ducks organization is about this incredible accomplishment for both of you to go into the Hall of Fame in the same year. Remarkable. You two are the first true superstars of this organization. And hopefully not the last. Hope maybe some of the guys here behind in the bench can follow in your footsteps. So congratulations again. I have one small observation to make. Teemu, you look up there in the rafters. Isn't that banner a little bit lonely? I'm not making any promises, but we have to do something about that one of these days. Anyway, congratulations.
At this time, we would like to have a ceremonial puck drop. And I ask that Assistant Captain Corey Perry and the Assistant Captain Vince Trocheck of the Florida Panthers please come to center ice.
highlights of their career.